Well, this is it. The series finale of Flamingo's Take-Ons. Yep, we're on the last episode of these here take-ons. Look, I understand that some people are going to be disappointed when I don't do these anymore, though, but honestly, I really need to stay away from these take-ons. If you haven't been following me for quite some time, though, you may have noticed that the take-ons have been getting slower and slower every time I say I needed a break from them, though. Well, that's because, believe it or not, guys, I really need to stay away from these take-ons forever this time. It's increasing my stress and my anxiety. And for the love of me, I really can't really say what's been going on with them for personal reasons anyway. Shall we say they're not as interesting or important as I thought they would be, though. I thought at first they'd be my niche after going through a lot of videos that do call out bad users, but honestly, I really need to take a break from these forever though. And before you say anything, I have a playlist for you guys if you want to watch these year take-ons for yourself. And please, for the life of me, don't ask for me to do any more, because if anything, I can't put up with it anymore. Plus, even with that said, however, I still can't get enough of how much this actually affected my mental health and everything. But anyways, on with the take on itself. But first, a little backstory. Back in late August or early September, I can't exactly tell you when this was specifically because, believe it or not, it was during the time when I was watching Patuliro as my fixation during that time. And around this time era, there was one user that came to ask me to do some one in making. Namely, he wanted me to do Bella the Wolf. Now, this was during the time when, again, when I was watching Patuliro, there were two requests though. Those being Mr. Beast, which I already did before, and that's also with the collaboration with Giratina. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing any more videos with him on this channel because if we want to do a collaboration, it might be a live stream chillaxing video, but we'll have to see for ourselves though. Don't be afraid to hesitate if you want to join me if you want to though, but it's going to take a while for me to see if I want to do this anyways though. Plus, with schedules getting fumbled up for everyone, including myself, I think it's a safe bet that I really need it more than anything else, though. But anyways, with Bella the Wolf, however, yeah, when it comes to the gotcha community, Bella the Wolf is usually a fair share example. Well, her or maybe someone like Buds for Buddies, another user already did before then. But honestly, this is definitely the case where I have to be quite honest. Though it's really no surprise that I really can't do much about these take-ons other than might as well do this last one while I still have the chance. So without further ado, it's time for me to talk about Bella the Wolf. Oh my god, where do I begin with this user? I honestly think it's safe to say we need a little more intro first before any further of who she is and an extent can hand though. So if you're interested in hearing the backstory, here it is. Bella the Wolf is a YouTube user who uses a gotcha wolf character persona as her own, well, OC. And as you can tell from there though, she's one of those users that's quite well, infamous for anything else, though. I'm sorry for stammering, though, but honestly, though, what happens when you have to come up with a rage bait person? Because my god, is this user ever gonna do anything about herself, though? I think it's only appropriate to say that when it comes right down to it, she really seems to be one of those users who that seem to have, well, just that though. A user who happens to make fun of a lot of stuff, like say religion, Technoblade's death, animal abuse, and yeah, she also doxed I guess a 10-year-old from to now. Though I can't really say if the 10-year-old boy that was is 10 years old now because this happened months ago, so I can't be certain of how old he is, but I know he's still a kid right now. So, if anything, if you're watching this, Bella, I don't care what you do to me, because honestly, I couldn't give less of a rat's ass if you really wanted to give my decapitating or anything like that. But for those who are still watching, I'm just gonna say this right here and now. Like I've said a billion times before now, do not go ahead and harass this user. Just because they may have done bad things or whatever, that does not mean harassment is gonna make it any better. Plus, I don't tolerate harassment, so please, for the life of me don't go in and engage with this user. Don't even interact with Bella the Wolf, if anything, because if my life still stands even to this far, though, I still wouldn't want you guys to try and engage with her, though. So, on with what we're going to talk about Bella the Wolf. I'm just going to go into topic by topic, if anything, to tell you what she has done. But honestly, there's a lot to be chewed apart here. So, I guess without further ado, let's get started. The first chapter I want to talk about right now is, if you haven't really noticed, she's always going around abusing animals. Not this shit again. I know for a fact I did this on my Buds for Buddies video, but I'm just gonna say this right here and now. If you really think that this is supposed to be funny, then I don't know what kind of humor you come across on that, though. Because, like Buds for Buddies I talked beforehand, though, this is one of those users that I can never understand what in the life of me have I gotten myself into, though. You could make the very well argument that this is definitely the case where she just wants to do what she can, though. But I'd argue that she's really one of those users who just doesn't care what animal it is. Yeah, go ahead, shoot me. Like I'm some kind of chicken with my own right, though. Look, I'm not saying this to anyone to make me feel like I need sympathy. I don't need anyone's sympathy for what I'm about to come across when it comes to Bella's channel. Because after seeing how many animals she likes to, well, kill in her channel, I know for a fact some people are going to say it's a gotcha animation and you shouldn't really worry about gotcha animated characters being killed because honestly, it does didn't affect anybody though. To that I say, you obviously don't seem to care what she's like though. I don't know what she's like in person, obviously, because if I was with her in real life, she probably say a lot of death threats or anything like that. Seriously, what the hell? And it's pretty obvious that she's not really that stable. Like she'll go ahead and kill animals, yet for some reason she has persona as a wolf character, I guess. Hmm. And I guess you could make the argument that she does try everything she can, though, maybe. But honestly, when it comes to the animal abuse, I can't really say whatever comes on my mind, though. Plus, even with that said, however, way to go ahead and say that you don't care for animals, yet you have a fucking wolf as your Sona to begin with. Isn't that like saying I'm going to kill a flamingo despite the fact I am a flamingo? Ugh. But yeah, hello. Yeah, apparently I really don't care at this point. Nor do I even give two shits of what she's like as a person to start off with, though. If you could make the argument that she's only doing this for clout or rage bait, then yeah, that's really what she's known for, though. She doesn't just uh, really kill animals, though, when it comes to her gotcha tube, though. By the way, I haven't really gone into her channel this much, though, but I think it's safe to say I need to talk about the elephant in the room, her animation and editing skills. They're not very good. I don't really talk about people's editing skills mostly because I don't really look for that in a video. I'm just looking for something I could watch. But honestly, when it comes to her videos, I'm just gonna flat out say it. It's not really that good with her editing. Plus, she has music that's so catchy that I have to wonder how the artist would feel if they actually did see her her videos with their music to it. Now, I'm not against people who want to use music for their her channel whenever they need to, though, as long as it doesn't have copyright claims. But it also borderlines to saying that this is really just sad to use something like this in a video when you realize how much of a pain in the ass it could be, though. Oh, but they're short videos. It doesn't matter. I still feel like Bella's treatment for these him music is just wasted on there. Not just in editing and her gotcha stuff though, but aside from what she's doing and everything. Okay, so I already went through the animal abuse enough already, so let's go on to the other thing I want to talk about. So most people already know what I'm going to talk about right now, but if you don't, let's talk about religions. Now, I'm going to say this right here and now. Everyone is free to believe whatever religion they fall under, or if they don't want to, they don't have to, though. Let's get this out of the way. I myself, I'm not part of any religion, but I do believe in whatever I do believe in. That's not to say I'm an atheist, although I do have a pen pal who is an atheist himself, and therefore I'm just gonna say this to you guys. It's one thing that you don't believe in any sort of religion. Trust me when I say this, though, no one's entitled to believe in everything that they have to believe in. However, with Bella the Wolf, you might as well say that whatever religion you fall under, Jesus or whatever God you have under, she'll just do anything to make it look like they got that's killed by her. Yeah. Did I mention that she loves to kill things? Yeah, this is a problem I have with Bella the Wolf. She's always going so far as to say that, oh, but it's supposed to be fun or something like that. Or in this case, what did God ever do for us? Gee, I don't know. Maybe he gave us life after he died for our sins. Like, are you fucking high or something? Oh wait, this Bella the Wolf I'm talking about. Never mind. But yeah, apparently she goes so far as to say things in the comments like, oh, that they're gonna be killed and stuff like that, while having one of her videos, which I had to watch last night before I went to bed. I don't know how I managed to sleep after that though, but she also went so far as to make a gotcha uh, animation where she's chasing Jesus around with a knife. Yeah, that's not funny. I don't care if it's because I'm not Christian or anything. One thing's for sure, though, is someone who still believes in Christianity, although I don't believe in everything about Christianity, I still think that's complete, utter shit that you had to do that. Plus, aren't you really making the people who go so far as to say that you're really making them look worse by comparison? Let's get this out of the way. I'm not the one to talk about the Bible all the time because, again, I don't really go to church though. But I really will say for a fact that you go so far as to think that he only died just because he didn't save anybody is a complete lie. Even when you go so far as to say things like he didn't do anything for us or anything like that. Well, if he didn't do anything for us, we probably wouldn't be here by now. I'm not sure how many people are going to fall under this category of religion, but let's get this over with, shall we? One thing I will say though is that people are, for the most part, can be whatever they want to be. They can believe in this stuff. They can make sure that they want to help out people if they want to with global warming, although I don't believe in that stuff. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah. And I have to say this right here and now. If you really think that people are going to really like what you're doing there, then you're becoming more than what it is, though. I'm not sure if she follows any other religion, but if she did, though, way to make yourself look more dickish than you could be at times, Bella, because otherwise you're just making yourself look worse by comparison. And though you're making the devil look like a sane person to be around, and it's pretty obvious that she just doesn't really care what people think. Like, this is the sort of vibe I get when watching her videos. I don't know what to think of them other than being infuriated, and what's more, it goes up to the top of my head thinking otherwise. Like, I have no problem with people having different beliefs. That's really up to the person what they want to believe in. And to be honest, it's really no secret that people will say if they believe in it or not, though. But if they're atheists, then here's the thing. I don't think I've ever seen anyone in the atheist line say that they want to kill Jesus. They never really did that. At least the ones I talked to never did that. And if you don't believe in God, fine. Don't believe in God. Don't believe in whatever, though. But I advise you not to look like a fucking murderer just to look like otherwise because you're just making me go wrapped in my head thinking, hey, what the hell? Why are you doing this? And yeah, I know for a fact she's gonna find this video, guys. So if she does, don't bother, because I'm used to being shit with. Surprised I even made it this far with the take-ons, though. Yeah, when I said that I didn't want to do these take-ons anymore, this is why. I have a feeling someone out there, not just detractors, but as well as anybody who's not a fan, although they watch their videos for some asinine reason, go so far as to say, oh, you can't do this to them, or you can't criticize them for the behavior. I'm fully aware that there are some people out there who will criticize your work. Whether your work is good or not, there are going to be people out there. Yes, this is not something I wanted to talk about, but you get what I mean. And it's also pretty clear that I get headaches from doing these take ons. After this, guys, this is what I mean when I say don't request me any more take ons after this. though, and I have a feeling this is just getting started. So, for those who don't know, Bella the Wolf doesn't just kill things in her YouTube channel, like, say, animals and any kind of god you can get your hands on, though. No, she also goes so far as to do things like, say, the military or anything like that. And why does she do this? Because she feels like people, innocent people, mind you, are getting killed, though. No. No, 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 no. Bella, I don't know who you think you are, but just saying that soldiers die for our lives is just like because they kill innocent people. Need I remind you, if it weren't for the soldiers who went so far as to sacrifice whatever they could to save our countries, then we probably wouldn't be here by now. Seriously, I'm getting vibes of Grave of the Fireflies, where us Americans have won and Japan has lost. I feel bad for Japan, yeah, but honestly, I don't know how else to say it though right now. And it's pretty clear to me that she just says that, oh, soldiers kill innocent people. Okay, if they kill innocent people, then why are we still here? For that reason, among many others, though, I think it's safe to say you're just pulling stuff out of your ass and thinking otherwise. Oh, okay, then. If that's the case, I have this to say. You obviously haven't seen a lot of soldiers that did die for some countries, though. Not just in America, but other countries as well. I'm not going to go into history lessons or anything like that because that's not what this video is about. But I will say, for the fact that she goes ahead and says that they kill innocent people, it's just not true. Like, not true at all whatsoever. You could make this other argument that she just doesn't care about innocent people because she's not innocent herself. No shit. I don't really want to say too much on this because otherwise I'm just gonna get a migraine any time you look at it though. Plus, I don't even have the balls to do so when it comes to that though. So I guess it's time for me to talk about, speaking of deaths, if you are familiar with someone by the name of Technoblade, you may have noticed I haven't really discussed about him yet. Well, that's simple. I don't have that much history with the guy. But what I do know after watching his videos and seeing what the guy's like, he sounded like a pretty awesome guy. And honestly, he gave a lot of smiles. He gave a lot of laughter to people and so much other things though. I can't really say if my first nephew has really watched his videos either because he has watched a lot of Minecraft users from then on. But I'm gonna say this right here and now. Even if I haven't really had a history with Technoblade, I will say one thing. He didn't really have to go. And honestly, as someone who died from um, cancer in 2023, that's pretty sad. I really feel like I need to say this right here and now. This was a few months prior from my pops' death, and after seeing his father break down in tears, really does hurt me to watch when I watch it for myself. I may not know who Technoblade was or anything. But even with that said, he sounds like someone you would want to watch to give you a smile and cheer you up if you ever feel down. He's like a hero that we've all wanted, though. Even looking at his own merchandise, though, with his own dad, looked pretty cool, though. But when it comes right down to it, I feel pretty sad that we'll never find Tech no played in the YouTube landscape again, though, because honestly, he sounds like to me he really did like his job though. But after watching his last videos on what he did and everything, I'm gonna come up and say it. It did tear me up inside. Like the fact that he was diagnosed with his fourth stage of sarcoma really got to me. I mean, I didn't know that someone in my family actually did pass from something with a cancer, though. I'm not going to say what it is, though, because I don't want to get into what this is like in my side of the family. But for Techno's Blade, Technoblade's channel, I'm just going to say this right here and now. You deserve a whole lot better. And I really do hope you found a place in heaven, because otherwise, you're going to need it, dude. Now, with all that said, how would you like it if Bella the Wolf fucking didn't give a lick of a shit anyways, though? Yeah, this is another user that I had to watch where they go on and to shit on someone like Technoblade's grave just because he didn't provide anything and he didn't do anything to give us or anything like that, you could say, okay, one, Bella the Wolf, I don't know what you were thinking. Number two, even if you didn't like Technoblade, which honestly I don't think everyone should like the same person all the time. Hell, I don't really have that many people to say that I don't like, even if I hadn't really met them or anything that, but that's just on me. And number two, you went so far as to say that he do anything like that. Now, I could end it here and just say that's really all there is, though, but that's not the only thing, no. Let's get this out of the way. As somebody who's seen victims of cancer, not just Technoblade, but anyone out there, even children, they really deserve better lives out there. They're dying from cancer, and your response to all of this, Bella, is to say cancer isn't real? I don't even know what to say about that. Like, the fact that you go so far as to say things like, oh, this is not a real sickness when, most people can die from cancer if they don't have the treatment right away. Plus, stage four is really the breaking point because they're gonna fucking die. And going so far as to say that, Bella, you really say that cancer isn't real? Then how come so many people can die from that, though, if they don't get the medical treatment right away? I've seen not just as kids, not just people in my time who did die from cancer, though, but I've also seen also celebrities that died from cancer as well, though. Do you honestly make me want to believe that this is how you want to do it? Also, you didn't provide anything though. Technoblade sounded like someone you would want in your life, a best friend, a hero, and anything you could possibly name that makes you sound like he was a genuine person. But for you to go out of your way just to go ahead and say things like he didn't do anything to help us out or anything like that. He didn't need to help a lot of people out though, but from what I can tell, his videos do seem helpful enough to cheer somebody up. And if anything, that's remarkable in its own way though. Doing very little can make a big difference. And honestly, I don't care what you say, Bella, you really shouldn't have done something like this. I've seen another user who did this years ago, and she it was, if anything, just as bad as Bella was, except she was more onto stuff that I don't want to get into. But I will say, though, that it's really sad that these two ladies had to go so far as to say those things. Actually, I don't even think I can call them ladies after that. Can we just call them monsters? No, seriously, I'm surprised you didn't even make yourself into a werewolf because that's how ferocious you are, Bella. And oh boy, if you haven't heard from the beginning of the video, I think it's about time we talk about one more thing she's done. And it's pretty dangerous for what she did. So when it comes right down to it, though, I'm just gonna say this right here and now. Don't ever do doxing. Never, ever do doxing. It's dangerous. You can leak people's private information and so on and so forth. The only reason why I'm bringing this up is because back then she had doxed and the mother was freaking out about what was going on. Like she had to change everything from the number to the address to everything you could possibly name, though, from Bella doxing this 10-year-old boy. I don't know if he's 10 years old now, but I don't know how long this was going on. But when I first heard about this, I was infuriated. I was really getting scared too out of my life for this year family. And some people in the comments say that this is all hoaxy. This is all just for show or anything like that. Guys, if a 10-year-old kid, not just a little boy, but any kid out there has been doxxed, then you should worry about the person's life. They could get their information leaked. They could get anything that they have privated out there for the public to see. And then so much so, you go so far as to say the mother is, is really doing this just for clout? You honestly, God, don't seem to care now, do you? Because if there's one thing I have to say, though, is that I can't stand when people get doxxed. Like, leaking private information is really something you should not do on the internet. Even more so when you realize that these your family members are going through fucking hell because of Bella. And mother didn't even know who Bella was. She didn't know what was going on. She didn't know who she was to start out with. But after seeing this, after watching a video about what she did when she doxed this kid really sickens me. Look, I could go on and on about Bella the Wolf, but I have this to ask. How in the hell does she make it this far, and yet some people are still out there saying that she shouldn't get the support, yet for some reason they're giving her the support anyway? I don't know, maybe I'm going cuckoo or cross-eyed after that though, but I'm just going to say this right here and now. How the hell can you support somebody like Bella and then go so far as to say, oh, you know, she should get terminated? The only reason why I never wanted to watch her videos, although I had to for the preparation of this video, it's because I know for a fact that there are so many people out there who willing to support them, and yet they want them terminated after this. As a channel with your size, Bella, you ought to know better than to do this. I know for a fact you said in one of your recent videos, you said that you got arrested, which I'm just gonna say it's right here and now. Your thumbnail is so cheap. It makes mine look professional by comparison, and I don't like saying that in front of my audience. One thing is for sure, though, guys, if you ever do see Bella do a video on not just as any other user out there or anyone that you don't know, but I advise you not to engage with her. Do not associate with her. It's like I said in this Our Giant Productions video. Don't engage with these your users, no matter how hard you try to. Anyways, though, and I think we're about done with the take-ons. I didn't want to do this though. I didn't want to shout. I didn't want to throw my rage, but I had to for showing how much of a rage bait this person actually is. Like, I don't think I've ever in a million years have seen someone so disjointed, so say this, and so tedious to the point where they'll do anything to get their way though. And if Bella ever does see this video and just uses my gotcha OC that someone and like Giratina made for me, I'm just gonna say this right here and now. I don't care. I don't care if she looks like she's gonna throw me off the cliff or get me decapitated. I don't really care. One thing I will say though is that I don't want you guys going ahead and try to harass her. And with that said, that's all I have to say about Bella the Wolf. And for the take-ons in general, I'll get into the reason why though in update video in the next video. So if you want to stick around to that, please don't be afraid to like, comment, and subscribe for content. But with that said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.